Since that first case on January 20th, we've reported nearly 70 million infections nationwide. But right now, the Omicron variant appears to be in retreat. The CDC director says cases in some places starting to see steep declines.
Areas of the Northeast, New York, Rhode Island, Connecticut are really starting to come down. That also means that some areas are higher than they had been before, but overall, nationally, the case numbers are coming down, which I consider an optimistic trend.
It's an encouraging sign for businesses. We just got a new snapshot of just how disruptive Omicron has been for companies and workers. The U.S. Census Bureau reports from late last month to early this month, more than 14 million Americans stopped working at some point. I was one of them. The reason, they either had COVID or they were taking care of somebody who got infected. Meantime, the CDC just announced new data on the effectiveness of COVID boosters. CNBC's Meg Tirrell now. Meg, what are we learning?
Hey, Kelly, the CDC presented data today showing boosters increase protection against both infection and hospitalization from Omicron. The studies focused on the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines and showed for hospitalizations, 2 doses were 81% effective in keeping people out of the hospital from Omicron, compared with 90% for Delta. Now, that dropped to 57% against Omicron 6 months after the second dose, but was increased to 90% with the booster. In terms of cases, a separate study showed that while there were more breakthrough cases among both the vaccinated and boosted from Omicron, the case rate was still dramatically lower than for the unvaccinated. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky saying this further underscores the importance of getting boosted. But right now, the agency's data show more than half of those who are eligible for a booster in the U.S. haven't received one. Still, she said the CDC isn't updating its definition of fully vaccinated to include a boost. Instead, the agency is emphasizing the importance of being up to date on COVID vaccines.
That means if you recently got your second dose, you're not eligible for a booster, you're up to date. If you are eligible for a booster and you haven't gotten it, you're not up to date, and you need to get your booster in order to be up to date.
At the same briefing today, Dr. Anthony Fauci also weighed in on what the pandemic may look like after this Omicron wave. He said infection with Omicron should provide protection for a few months from being reinfected with the same variant. And that, plus vaccinations, should help cases come down to a much more manageable level. Best case scenario, he says, it stays there. Worst case, a new variant comes along that even further escapes our immune protections. Though the White House team emphasized that with antiviral drugs and the potential to update vaccines, we should still be able to manage through something like that. Kelly?
I would hope. Meg, thank you very much.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.